Welcome back. Well, if you happen to be wandering the streets of downtown Atlanta this weekend, you could have been forgiven for thinking you'd entered a parallel universe. About 50,000 sci-fi, fantasy and gaming enthusiasts invaded the city for the annual Dragon Con, and the costumes they brought with them were an attraction in themselves. But the event also attracts some famous faces from the big and small screens. Among them, this man, John Barrowman. His TV exploits have earned him no shortage of fanboys and fangirls, but luckily he himself is a fanboy of CNN Newsroom and decided to pay us a visit. Let's take a look at the moment on the BBC hit Doctor Who when Barrowman first caught the viewing public's attention.
Excellent bottom.
Say up, Ben. There's a time and a place. Look, it should really be off.
Sorry, old man. I gotta go meet a girl. But you got an excellent bottom, too.
And John Barrowman joins me now. It is a pleasure and a thrill to have you here at CNN Studios.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited.
Thank you. Now, we want to talk about your character.
Yep.
Captain Jack Harkness, who you played back in 2005 in Doctor Who.
Correct.
And it was such a special role, wasn't it, as an omnisexual character, quite a turning point for that show. Talk to us about the impact of that.
Well, the impact was that it was the first time an openly gay man was playing a character, a hero on television in a big sci-fi drama that was then reaching out worldwide to many, many different countries. And we weren't apologizing about the character being what they called in the show in the sci-fi world omnisexual. But, you know, basically he was a groundbreaking character, and it was nice to have this character as a hero because not many people in that position are portrayed as heroes. They're either the funny guy, or they're the funny girl, or there's somebody that is looked upon as, you know, being a little bit on the, what shall we say, the not so nice end of things. And this guy was a hero, and it was really great. It was groundbreaking. It changed the attitude for gay and lesbian and bisexual and transgender people all over the world because they were looking at someone who they could actually identify with, which was really, really awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. And of course, as you mentioned, you know, you've worked as a gay activist.
Yep.
You are an author,
Yep.
a singer, a
Yep.
dancer,
Yep.
an actor, of course, a comedian, and you have an MBE.
I do.
Now, tell us about that.
Well, MBE was it was given to me for my services to entertainment and also to charity. And you know, you mentioned the vast array of things that I've been doing. When I got the letter and I opened it up in my manager's office, I looked at it. My manager looked at it first, and he started going. He went, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" And I said, "What's wrong? Has something happened to somebody?" He said, "No, you're getting an MBE." And I said, "What have I done? What have I done? What have I done to deserve it, really?" And he said, "Well, let's, you know," and we looked at everything, and I thought, well, that's the biggest honor and something I'm exceptionally proud of that you can be given by, you know, the United Kingdom and the Queen. And I was really bowled over. I took the three most important people in my life to the ceremony, to Buckingham Palace, my mom and my dad and my husband, Scott. And when I walked out in front of, it's the throne room you go in to get the award, and I walked out and I thought, I just got to look at them. So I looked over at the three of them all sitting there beaming and looking at me. And it was one of the most memorable and, I shall say, proudest moments of my career thus far.
Yeah, it's very cool. And you mentioned the charity work. You've done a lot of stuff with animals, but also you are helping a young boy who has cerebral palsy, aren't you?
Yes. Well, Dowie James, he's from Pontypridd in Wales, you know, part of the United Kingdom, and he's coming over to the U.S., and he was having trouble, his family were having trouble paying for the flight, so I am taking care of the flights along with British Airways to bring him to the States to receive this operation. And it seems so simple. When I was doing my concert tour, his family approached me and they needed money for the operation. So in one of my evenings of my tour, about 3,000, 4,000 people in Wales, in Cardiff, they donated money. We were able to get the, you know, part of the operation paid for. It's a simple operation. When a child goes to his mother and says, "Why can't I walk like my brothers and sisters?" and there's an operation that can do and fix it, you just get that kid the operation no matter what. So we're flying him over, and he's going to get his operation, and with a lot of physiotherapy and a lot of work, he will be on his feet and will help this young man walk.
That is very cool indeed. And just before you go, any breaking news for us on Captain Jack or, of course, Malcolm Merlin from Arrow? We mustn't forget him. No, well, for all of the Captain Jack fans, there's going to be some audio plays that are coming out, and although Captain Jack might not be on your TV screens, he never goes away. For Malcolm Merlin, if you enjoyed Season 3 of Arrow, you're going to love Season 4. It's going to be like a nice little calm ride, then it's going to shoot up in the air, going to throw you all off balance, and Malcolm will surprise you an awful lot. I mean, I can't tell, I really can't tell you anything, because I'll get in trouble. Before you go, last line and best line from Captain Jack. Well, he would say, the 21st century is when it all changes, and you've got to be ready. So true. John Barrowman, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure. I watch you all the time. One of the best news shows on the air. We like that. Yep. Love it. Thank you. And